Assalamu alaikum. Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be making a pound cake, and I'll be mentioning the ingredients, and I will write down below all the ingredients. I promise. Last time I said that and I didn't. I'm sorry for those people who have been asking me about the ingredients. And we're going to be mixing our butter until it's melted. It's a room temperature, 226 grams. And then we're going to add sugar, and we're going to cream the room temperature butter and the sugar together until light and fluffy. And I'll be mentioning the pro tips of a perfect pound cake. One of them is making sure to scrape the bowl down at each step. You really want everything incorporated properly. And the second one is, do not overbake your pound cake. This will make a dry cake and toughen the texture. Another pro tip is, I'll be using a vanilla flavor, but you can substitute in whichever flavor you like. Fresh lemon, maple syrup, and rum are very popular, but so is almond. Just use two spoons instead, because they are a little bit milder. And another thing we'll be using in this recipe is sour cream or yogurt. Sour cream makes wonder for a moist cake, but so does a proper bake time. Overbaking your cake will dry it, and the smaller your container, the less baking time it will require. Those are the tips that I have mentioned, and as you will see in this recipe, I'll be scraping down below my bowl every time. And in this recipe I will be alternating the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients, but you can choose to mix the wet ingredients together first and then finish it with the dry ingredients. And as you can see, it's fluffy, it has doubled the size, and this is just butter and sugar. It has filled the bowl, it's almost full. And then we're going to add 4 eggs. I'll be using 4 eggs in this recipe because my container is bigger. It's 9 by 5, the baking tin, but you can use smaller and you can reduce your eggs. I will be adding one at a time and then beating it until you finish. And at this time you can set your oven to 350 Fahrenheit while making this.
وما بدها تحكي لا ماما بدي شاحنة ماما بدي دراجة أنا ماما بدي كرة شوفوا لما راحوا على السوق عصوا مواليد غلبوا الماما كتير بكي وصوتن عالي كتير عذبوها وصاروا فرجة بالشارع لصغير كبير شوفوا لما راحوا على السوق عصوا مواليد غلبوا الماما كتير بكي وصوتن عالي كتير عذبوها وصاروا فرجة بالشارع لصغير كبير.
And at this time is when we are going to start by adding the flour. We will be alternating the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients. So I've just added the flour, and I'm using I'm using 250 grams of flour, all-purpose flour. I added 1 tablespoon of salt to the flour. I added 1 tablespoon of salt to the flour, so I will not be adding it on top, but I added. And then after, if you see it's a little bit heavy, we will be adding the sour cream and alternating, and then we'll be using 2 tablespoons of vanilla essence, and lastly we will be using 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which after adding the baking powder we will just mix it for 3 seconds and then it's done. After adding the baking soda, you do not want to over mix it because it will activate quickly, and we need to give it time so that it can bake. And after this we're going to finish it by mixing with the spoon, and as you can see I'm just done making sure everything is combined, and I'm removing the mixer. And this is how we're going to scrape our bowl, our tin. We're going to put it with butter and flour. This is the most effective one. You can use a parchment paper, or you can choose to use this method, or a oil spray. And then we're going to use about 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. And we're going to bake this for 40 minutes, 45 to 40 minutes, or if you see you can put a skewer and it comes out clean, then it's perfectly cooked. You don't want to overcook it because remember, as I said, it will toughen. And now we're going to transfer our butter. I just mixed it a little with the spoon so that all the baking powder is rightly combined. Give it a quick smooth to even the butter, and then beat it to remove the air inside the butter. And we're going to cook this for 45 minutes. And after 45 minutes, as you can see, it's fluffy, and you can see I'm putting the skewer and it's coming out clean. That means it's cooked. We're going to let it cool for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes we will be putting it in a rack. As you can see, it has separated from the bowl. That means it's perfectly cooked, evenly cooked from sides and down. And that is our pound cake. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and try the recipe, and let me know what you think about it and how tasty it is. Thank you.